Hi, it's Arlie. I'm going to do a quick flip through of my November Daisy Dory that's about 2/3 full, and my November Dory that's about 2/3 full, and my December Dory that I just finished setting up, and I wanted to show it to you today. I think I should probably introduce myself in case that you are new to watching my videos, new to watching my videos. I'm a recovering graphic artist, and I'm also a paper crafter, like, scrapbooking and stuff. So I'm now trying to learn how to do more like watercolors and painting and stuff like that. So now I just sort of do this stuff for fun, and because I worked for Cocoa Daisy for many years, I have a lot of product still on my shelves, and it's really fun for me to get to use the older product. If you're interested, check out Cocoa Daisy it's cocodasy.com, COCOADAISY.com. And you can just check out their grab bags and stuff, or subscribe. And I would recommend subscribing. You get a great rate. Great prices. Okay, so November. So I always, not always, but pretty much every time, take the brown cover off, and I use this for other things. This is the standard size. It comes in many sizes. I take the staples out, and then I replace it with my own scrapbook paper. This is basic gray, and in this case I folded it up and created pockets. And in the case of December, I folded it this way and made a pocket here. This is a traveler's notebook, I guess, cover. And the way that they're done is they're done differently depending on which company you buy it from, or whatever. But they have usually sort of a system of straps or rubber bands, elastics, that run this way so that you can put your different notebooks in the center. Not your notebooks in the center. So you can run the rubber band down the center and have multiple notebooks. And so, like, if you're maybe you have different things going on. Maybe you have you're organizing your kids and your work life. Maybe you coach a team, or maybe you have different notebooks for different types of things. You can see I still even have room for another notebook here. So the way this would work is you go through here, grab this. I think I would go around. Sorry, seems fumbly, but so this is just an extra rubber band I had from something else. So here I could put another notebook in here. I don't really have one. But you can also do single pieces. You could laminate something, keep it in the front, like if you had a schedule, shopping list. So you can see, you could add another. I'm going to zoom out the tiniest bit. You could have another rubber band that goes around here, or elastic, and then have another notebook here and another notebook here, and kind of keep going until you've got this big fat monster yummy thing. So this is standard size. I believe this cork traveler's notebook cover is A5. I'm just telling you this in case you've been watching for a while and you wonder what's going on. So what I like to do is for planning, my life isn't really on the same kind of schedule that super busy people have. So I do my calendar keeping and my appointment making and calendar keeping and lists on my computer, Google Calendar and the like. And so instead, I use this more kind of like a journal and memory keeping, and I use the center part for a calendar, month at a view, planning calendar. But these are all things that I've already written in my Google Calendar. So I use mine more like kind of like a diary or project, Project Life, Smashbook. Ephemera goes in here if I have any. So the notebooks I like the best, that work the best for me, are the standard size, which I forgot what the equivalent name of it is with the Midori books. But this is about 8 1/4 tall by about 4 1/4 wide. So it ends up being about 8 by 8 this way, kind of squarish. And that's the size I love. but there are many different sizes. Okay, so let me show you November. November has basic gray cover. I like to cut the corners off to show where I am, where today is. So this is today. Usually on Sunday, I go back and write and fill in everything. I add stickers, I add photos. I try to use up sticker sheets. I add, little decorations and stuff. And then lately, since the Cocoa Daisy redesign of the notebooks has changed, they added 5 of these striped pages in the front of the Dori notebooks. So one of the reasons I love taking my book apart is I can rearrange things. So if you look at my previous Dori video, you'll see that I showed how to rearrange the pages so it goes 1 striped page and then 7 blank pages, 1 striped page and 7 blanks, and so on. And then personally, I've been using these striped pages to show what art I did that week. So it's not always 1-to-1. Like, I think I did both of these on the same day, but as you will find out if you watch my videos, or as you remember if you have watched my videos, I don't think that there's like the planner police who are going to come knock down the door and be concerned whether I've done things on the right day or not. So it's only me that I'm pleasing, myself. So on Sunday is when I sort of go back. I pull out a sticker sheet or washi tape and I just get it all full. I fill up the whole thing, stamps. And then it's okay with me to have blanks. I will live with it. It's not a big deal. And then I like having the center, a calendar in the center just to glance through. I always keep it in pencil, but this is a repeat of what's on my computer. This time I sewed it in, but sometimes I actually do it on the center page. So this is where I am right now. So I don't have any of these to fill in because this is today and I haven't done any art yet today, unless you count this video. So, and then another thing I like to have is a forward planning page, which I kind of do in pencil, kind of brainstorming about things I need to do next month. And then when I get my next Dori going, then I can transfer these things into here or into my regular, my real planning on my computer. So lately I've started carrying a notebook with me in my purse. I keep one down by my coffee machine. There's one by the side of my bed because I want to be more of the kind of person who writes ideas down right when I think of them. So just like testing pens or writing down phone numbers or just like, or phone doodles. You know how you're on the phone and you need to do triangles. I always need to draw triangles when I'm on the phone. So that's what this is. And same as before, I clip the corner off to show where to quickly flip to get to this page. I really like this book. The back pages are perforated and there's a pocket. This is by Papaya Art. This is Cocoa Daisy and this is Cocoa Daisy and this was from Etsy. This is cork. Okay. So December, these are thickers, American Crafts thickers that were like aqua color. And I don't know why I bought them in aqua color because that's not an Arlie color. So I stamped over them with StazOn and but not completely because I thought maybe it would be kind of cool to leave a little bit and make it look sort of distressed. And then this isn't staying down. So this is a cool thing I found out. 2022, 2016, and 2005 all have the same calendar. So down in the kitchen, we've been using an old baby calendar that I made on Shutterfly when my son was 2. So it's all pictures of him as a toddler. And we're using that calendar for this year. And then I've been able to go through my older dories and pull out all the 2016 dories and use them. So this is from December 2016. I didn't need to change the date. The only thing in the dories, the Cocoa Daisy dories, the only thing in the notebooks that is dated is the calendar. The rest are blank pages. And so you can always use the dories at any time, and you could even cover this up with something else. Or you could even rip this page out, which sounds awful, but you could rip out this whole page, use it for something else, and then your book would start on a blank page. If you catch me sticking my finger out like that, it's because I have a frog in my throat today, and I keep clearing my throat. So I'm doing this to remind myself to cut the cough out of the video. Sorry. So anyway, but this is an older Daisy Dory, and it doesn't have the striped pages in it. And I wanted to continue what I think has become a good habit of putting the little images of my artwork in. Sorry, I had to stop because my husband was outside the room and I felt self-conscious. Okay, so I got used to these striped pages. So I went through my stuff, and these are actually A5 planner pages mixed into my standard size dory pages. So A5 is approximately the same height. It's a tiny bit taller. And so I let the pages be longer at the bottom. I suppose I could go through and trim them the tiniest bit. Here you can see the amount. It's by that much. So just a tiny bit so you can see those pages sticking out. And then the way that I did it was I folded them over and then taped them down. Or, I used adhesive. I have a tape gun. And then taped them down with decorative tape. And I think that's actually kind of a neat little border. And there are only 5 pages that have this because there are only 5 of these. And it got a little messed up. I don't know if you're American, you know that we start our calendars with Sunday. But in Europe and other countries, I guess you start on Monday. But we tried that for a while at Cocoa Daisy, and everybody got so confused. So we just decided to stick with this calendar, the Sunday start. However, when you do the week start, it makes more sense to start your week on Monday and gang up the weekend at the bottom. Or if you have a week on 2 pages, you start on Monday here and you have your whole week, and then you put your weekend toward the end. I don't know why it's a Monday start when you're looking at a week, but it's a Sunday start when you're looking at a month. I don't know why it's that way, but it just is. Anyway, my point is I got myself really confused when I was putting this together, and I dated a bunch of the pages wrong. So then I had to go back through it with sticker paper and cover it over. So I stamped it wrong. So then I stamped on sticker paper and put the corrected number over. So that's why on a couple of these, there's here. I started 31 here, but then it didn't work out right. So that this was a Monday start after the week page. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but so I just, it has all the same pages that the normal dory does with not just 5 pages added, but 10, because now I have the back of this page. So I have quite a few blanks. So I decorated the front cover page. And remember, since this is 2016, it's the same calendar. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. The calendar is the same. And so this will happen next year too. Next year, 2017, will match up with 2023. So go through your old stuff. I'm going to have to deal with that. So it goes blank page, week on one page, striped page, a couple more blank pages that I stamped wrong here. Then actually the month starts here. So I have pages for maybe Christmas lists or photos. A lot of photos in December. Not so much now that my kid is not a kid anymore. He's 20. So here it is. And then the last page before the stripe is Sunday. And then a stripe page. And then it starts over again. And I went through, so a little tip, when you get your new book out and you get a bunch of stickers that go with it, try to just use all of those. Don't put them away. Just go through and put stickers everywhere. And also go through your stuff and try to find things that kind of have the same, either the mood or the color. Like, for example, these are actually red poppies. But I feel like they go with these flowers, these watercolor flowers. So just go through your stuff and try to use up as much of your stuff as you can. You'll be happy. I don't know, I lost track. Okay. I have a due date for some work. I just stuck this on here. Oh, so what I did was I put tabs. On this month, I put little pieces of washi on each of the stripe pages so I could quickly flip to them. And on this month, December, I used a tab for each of the stripe pages. And then because I cut the top corner off to keep my place, I can't put the tab too far up. So I started a little lower, but then I needed to have 5 tabs. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next one starts up here again. And then I have a couple of little things sticking out on the side and a few more things sticking out on the top. And the only reason that doesn't work is I like to use a binder clip. And on November it works fine because I just smushed down the washi. But it doesn't work so well here because there aren't many places. So December is a binder clip free month, I guess. And then also in December, this time I stitched it. Let me pull this out. Because I added those extra pages, I stitched it extra stitching. So I just sort of made a hole every like 2.5 lines. And I just did that. I don't know what you call that, the normal stitch. And there's probably, I'm sure there's a name for it. I have no idea what it is. The normal stitch that you do. And then I just went through my stuff and I found things that had the right colors and made them all facing front. So see, when you look at it from the back, they're all white. And then the center, I like to have the center as my month. I think what I really like the most is crossing days off. I think that's the entire purpose for this page is just so I can cross the day off. Makes me happy. And this one I tried those decorative edge scissors, but it's hard. I tried cutting it after the book was already made and it kind of got ripped and messy. But once you adhere it, and then once the page is full of stuff, I don't think anyone would really notice. So sort of pre-decorated. I tried not to put too many decorations down low because this month I'm going to try to do 1 photo per day. And also I used, for these decorations, I use this removable adhesive. So if I want to, I can pull this off and put it somewhere else if I need to put a large photo here and move this. And that's it. That's as far as I got. And then I use staples in many places. I like to do an X. And then what I still need to do is go through, and I usually get something hard, like the back part of an X-Acto blade, smooth, and I crush it. I just crush I need to put something underneath. You know how staples kind of have like a little bump in them, the back? I just go through and I crush it down so that they're not sticking out quite so much. So I just need to do that. I'll probably do it as I go. But then it doesn't make so much of an imprint on the opposing page. And then, oh, the other thing I was going to say, I've realized that my favorite kind of embellishment or die cut is when there's like a flower and then a thing on either side. Oh, my letters keep falling off. So like that one and like this one. So I need to remember that because this is just, it just looks good when I put it on a page. I don't think I have any more in here, but I remember just thinking, this is the kind I like. I like it when it has like a center and then things on either side. So I like note to self. And that's it. I just thought I'd kind of get started on this because I'm excited about December. And I have a plan. I did kind of a page layout, which basically is, I can just tell it to you. I'm going to kind of divide this into thirds. The bottom half is going to be photo memory, I think. I'm going to try. So photo memories here, journaling up here, and then like data here. So like what we had for dinner, what the weather was like, that kind of thing. So that hopefully each page will have the same sort of formula. I don't know. I thought that would be fun. And then the other thing I was going to say, oh, look, the other letter fell off. I guess I need to go through them. All right. I'll deal with that in a second after the video. In November, I was going to show you this and I forgot. I decided instead of writing the weather data, I would actually just write a comment about the weather. Sweatshirt, sunny. I love these temps. Chilly, couldn't walk the whole walk because of the wind. Snow, sinus headache, like that kind of thing. I thought it'd be really interesting to, instead of being more like 37 degrees, snow, I thought I would write more about the weather. And that's it. So I hope this hasn't been too incredibly boring or confusing. Oh, and watch for Carve December, which is a hashtag. There are two hashtags that would be fun and interesting to follow or join in. One is December Daily, which is, it started with Allie Edwards, but it's really like, it's just a phenomenon now. Phenomenon. It's a thing to do kind of what I'm doing, like a photo and a comment about the day. You do kind of a rolling album about December, during December, where you do one page a day in December. So it's kind of similar to what I'm doing. So it's hashtag December Daily. The other one is Carve December, hashtag Carve December. And that's hosted by Julie Fayfan Balzer. And if you look her up, Julie Fayfan Balzer, she has a description of what it is and prompts, and what it is meant to encourage you to carve stamps. And I love doing it. I love all the stamps that I've carved. I don't use all of them, but if you watch my feed, my Instagram feed, at Arlie B, in December, I hope to be posting one stamp a day. So you should look at her book. I think it's called, what's it called? Carve Stamp Play. And you can find it on Amazon. And if you're interested, so if you're watching this week, it's November 21st, you have time to order the supplies. And the supplies are really easy. You need the rubber material for carving, and you need the speedball carving set, just like as a total beginner. That's all you need. And if you can't find the carving rubber, you can get those big rubber novelty stamps. They're like this big, that you can buy at just like the dollar store. So, and you don't have to carve with rubber. You can carve with potatoes and other things too. But anyway, it's just a really fun challenge. And so I hope to see you around, and check out those hashtags on Instagram. Bye.